anybody else stand on their truth and do the same thing. You don't see the Jews buying that shit,
bro.
You don't see the Asians buying that shit.
Look, the Jews.
Slow down, bro. All of those people are dealing with political parties and political bodies. It ain't just them making a statement. Bro, that's what I'm sitting here saying, bro. You keep talking about the past and what they did to us and how you so mad and they owe us this and owe us that. Bro, I know that, bro. You know how many Malcolm X speeches, Khalid Muhammad speeches I done heard, bro. I know what the fuck these white people did to us, man. Damn, I'm like, what I'm trying to say is, bro, man, what I'm trying to say, God, that energy, man, I'm just tired of that energy, man. I'm tired of all of that, what they did to us. Bro, I know that, man. I'm not stuck on that, bro. No, bro. Yeah, the hell they did.
No,
That's what they did.
Islam.
They did, bro. Everything they filed, bro.
Islam.
Every law, every this and that and the third. When you got to go to your job and fill out an application and this and the third, all of that shit is filed. What are you talking about?
Divide and conquer and take the rights of the people.
All right, bro. We know that, bro. So all right. So listen.
I gotta agree with you, Lord.
Parts of God. Symba.
What they do, you don't have no history of Asians.
Symba.
Bombs on people. You don't have any other culture going around right here. This red porch. You don't have any other history of any other culture doing all this heinous shit that these people have done.
All right, so now what? Okay, so now what? Okay, bro. So now what, bro? Okay, so now what, bro?
Islam.
Okay, God. Listen, so after that, so now what?
Peace, bro. All we have to do is just come together, make our announcement, and then go with the script that was written. The Celestial Constitution is a decent structure for us to follow. And when you talking about making a universal confederation, that's what I had in mind. That's why I call it the Universal Republic of Achievement. And I built a roof that the Rise of the Moors, the MSTFA, the USAR, and all these other Moors Round Table, the NOI, the God Body, that we can all come up under. We all deal with houses. Each one of these houses has a specific duty, and we handle that duty. But it's your imagination that to make life better. If we dealing with love, true peace, freedom, and justice, this is our mission to uplift our fallen humanity.
All right, God. So talk more on that, God. That's what I want to hear more of. I don't want to hear all that anger and frustration of what happened in the past, bro, because that's not moving us forward.
Islam.
Bro.
These honkies law to me and what we got to do to appease them.
No, bro, ain't nobody talking about appeasing them. I'm talking about getting something.
Okay, I enter in.
Like, for example, hold on, one second, stir my eyes. 1 second, God. God, you filed your paperwork with in Washington somewhere, right?
And the World Court.
All right. So why and you paid for it. So why did you do that? If nothing needs to be filed and we just need to make a world announcement, why did you go and file your paperwork with Washington?
I didn't give them a plea. I didn't submit anything.
Why did you file the paperwork with them? Why did you give them notice of your information?
I gave definite notice, non-negotiable.
Okay, why did you do that?
To let them know what we're about to do. To let them know.
Why you need to let them know? What you need to, you just do it. Just do what you do. You don't got to put them on notice about nothing. What you need to let them know for? Why? What you mean? You don't got to let nobody know. You sovereign, God. You the heir of the land. You can just do what you want to do. You don't need to tell nobody nothing. No, but you see how it sounds, though. You see how it sounds. But that's what I'm trying to say. Why did you do that?
I think you're making a false equivalent right there. Islam.
No, by common sense, you have to put this. That's just common sense. You know that. Beyond all of that other stuff you talking, you know that. So that was just an intelligent move that you did. It wasn't you being scared.
Why you do that is so they know not to touch us anymore. We have to let them know, bitch, don't touch them.
But yo, you could just say that. You could just say that because you the heir. You.
I did say that. Have you read the Celestial?
No, I'm just talking about physically. To anybody that come and try to put their hands on you, police, judge, anybody who you just tell them, yo, I'm the heir of the land. You can't touch me. I'm sovereign. No, I'm trying to be real, man, because we be talking all of this high science, I'm sorry, yada, 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 but we living in a physical reality that we're being very ignorant of.
I disagree. I disagree that we live in a physical reality
of basic common things.
And that's crazy because, can I say something now?
We are own people. We are own species. We don't have to get no permission from nobody. We gotta let them know. Don't touch us.
So once again, why did you file the paperwork?
In a diplomatic way. In a diplomatic way.
I let them know. Diplomatic way. You were appeasable to them. You spoke to them in an appeasable manner. You didn't tell them, yo, y'all motherfuckers enslaved my people. Y'all motherfuckers put us in slavery. Y'all been hanging our people. Y'all been killing us. Y'all motherfuckers been putting us down. I'm tired of this shit. Y'all motherfuckers gonna back up off of us. You put your motherfucking hands on me. I'm gonna kill one of you motherfucking crackers. You didn't say all of that to them, right? Why didn't you say all of that? But why didn't you say that to them in your writing? Why didn't you write that? Why didn't you write that? Know why? Because motherfucking Homeland Security will be at your motherfucking door, kicking your motherfucking door in. That's why. And you know that. So that ain't about being scared. That's about being militarily
intelligent. I got his back if we do it, though. So that's the difference, man. We got to have each other back with this shit, man.
We can't. I'm just putting it in perspective. I'm just being real and putting it in perspective.
Okay, can I say something right quick,
but let's just be real.
Egos, it's too many egos right now, bro. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is that intellectual egotism. That's what I get into conversations all the time, and it end up into an intellectual battle. Who knows and who? Y'all need to listen to me, and I know what to do. No, but what? How could we actually know everything we know and join forces to make what we know, what you know, and what I know work cohesively with each other? That's the question. It ain't about what you know, what he knows, and what he knows. No, we keep getting lost in that. We keep getting lost in that.
Exactly.
So once again, I keep saying, so what are we gonna do? And then we keep going back to what has happened.
Can I give a suggestion what we should do? I say we start with us three right now, coming up with rules that we can agree with.
About this shit.
Oh, pause up, Symba. Go ahead, Stern.
I said we first have to start with us three coming up with rules that we agree to in these conversations, in these meetings. If we can do that, then we evolve a little bit more. We can become a little bit more mature now. We have a little bit more restraint with each other and protocol with each other. That's what's going to show to the other international community, that protocol we have with each other. Once they see we got order, once they see we organize, they're going to be like, oh, shit, they're doing something that we're not used to.
Yes, which is coming together under conformity. Uniformity.
It ain't the fact that they not used to. They are used to. They knew us in our history, in our culture, in our roots before we did.
I'm not talking about then. I'm talking about now. They're not used to us doing that now.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about even right now. They always knew who we were.
All right, brother. Can you come in and
can you go through the chamber of acquiring knowledge itself? We had to have people rise up amongst us to deliver us portions at a time.
Can you hit the link to come into the chat, bro?
No, that's all fine and dandy. That's all fine and dandy, brother. I give props to any brothers and sisters that's working cohesively with each other. And that's my point. We got to continue that. If it's going on now, and if it's not, I don't see it going on as much, if you ask me. We're not working cohesively with each other. We're in an argument right now where everybody want to get their point off, and we can't agree to rules to have this conversation right now. So that's contradiction to what you're saying. If we can't even agree amongst each other right now, that's a reflection of the rest of the community, brother.
Right is that. When is that? Right. So that's what I'll be trying to say, man. Like
So I think we should be talking about that right now. The rule I see that we should agree to is we shouldn't cut each other off. We should, anytime somebody talking, they got 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes, they should have respectively let it to another person who want to. Like, I know we all eager to put it because like we intellectually battling, and I'm saying we need to stop that too. Everybody got answers and stuff. I think a lot of people just want people to come up under them and say, "Oh, I got that. Just come up under me." No, we all gonna have our own constitution that we all must respect.
Exactly, and that's what
the European got a concept, right?
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's like I'm not with no dictatorship. I'm not coming under one man's rule and one man's say, and it got to go like this. No, everybody has their own. That's what I'm trying to say. We all got our own political bodies, so we put all of these bodies together, and then come together as a confederation of nations. Meaning, you run your nation like this, I run my nation like this, you run your nation like that. But we all have an agreement that we can coincide with each other, build with each other, resource with each other, network with each other, and things of that nature. You know what I mean? And we don't have to be under this person's teachings or this person's ideology or whatever case may be. We all have our own ideology. We all, you know what I'm saying? We just unifying as nations. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And then we move forward and do what the brother was talking about. We ain't got to act. We're not acting like, and I think you made a false comparison when you were saying, oh, the brother filed the paperwork with the state and all that stuff. Listen, a lot of stuff that we're doing is not in the interest of them recognizing us. No, it's in the interest of putting stuff on the record. And that's universal. They do it to us all the time.
Symba, your mic is off.
They do it to us all the time. So all we're doing is putting certain things on the record. I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, your phone is echoing his words and mine. I don't know if
and y'all sound clear to me.
All right, well, whatever.
Hey, let me say this, because I ain't know my mic was muted. I thought I was actually talking to y'all. Hey, look, man, I'm not looking for anybody to follow me. I'm not dealing with no sovereignty shit. I'm dealing with true nature. I know that I'm a separate class or a separate group from the other people. And we have been treated like that. That's enough fucking evidence for me to understand that we are different. To go to the great lengths of hiding, lying, castrating, tarring and feathering, sundown laws, redlining, all this whole shit, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. As a people, we have the right to tell a motherfucker to bag the fuck up off of us, bro. They said it in their own words. They said when anytime a government becomes destructive to these ends, the people have the right to abolish and to alter and institute a new form of their own. So if they want to lie to the world, say that we are citizens, you see what I'm saying? We invoke that clause, but we know we're not citizens. Bitch, you called us black. That is an offense that we have never stood up for. We have never told them, look, dog, you gonna go through all your motherfucking books and give us and call us by our fucking nationality. We ain't standing up to them like, man, if like I'm talking to you. If I keep calling you bitches, I keep calling you bitches, you tell me one time, dog, I ain't no bitch. Don't call me no bitch no more or else. And I call you a bitch again. You gonna enforce the or else. So that's what I'm saying. If we can go to that level with one another on an individual tip, this is what we have to be mentally as a nation. We ain't doing nothing wrong. We telling the motherfucker to bag up off of because what you've been doing to us has been wrong. And you know this. So what I said about giving a notice, I'm letting them know, look, this is what we're gonna do regardless of whatever. You don't even have to agree with the demands that we put on you because this is what the fuck you owe. Everybody else around us got paid. And I'm pretty sure you got your you got your reparations for the shit we did to you when it was when we was ruling. You understand? Because that's the clash of the titans. That's the changing of the guard. This is why we going through these things, but we don't know that, man. We don't know that. We have the right to say whatever the fuck we want to say. We are not them. And not be afraid of anything. Everybody else has spoke their fucking truth. Look up the Asians and the treaties and the words that were said between them and the U.S. Study that shit. See how they talk. They talk to them like real men. Bitch, these my people. And we got to do the same thing. If we saying that we the wise men of our culture now, then we have the right to speak up for every last one of us because we are not them, period. They the ones that came up with Jim Crow, the 3/5, the Dred Scott decision. They can't run from the truth.
So, brother,
they had to fight for theirs, and we had to suffer for ours. And all we had to do is just stand up, and that don't take nothing. That don't take no major finance. Everybody know how to do a cookout. Everybody know how to do a fucking family reunion. That's all we're doing is a family reunion, bringing all of us together. I don't give a fuck about an ideology. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, dog. I just want to be free from these people and us doing our own thing, and we have the right to do that. We don't have to go their route. We don't have to go and appease them by doing their processes. No, we are the kings of this planet. These bitches ain't from here. So we tell them, look, we remember who we are now. And we understand we have our own separate station, like you said in your Declaration of Independence, when you said you was getting fucked over by your people, not my people, your people. And you said all men are created equal. You know, the God and the God's nature's God and all this good talk that y'all was talking. We gonna hold you to every fucking word.
So
and let you expose you to the world. Ain't nobody gonna help them do shit to us, man, because we ain't did shit to nobody. We ain't did nothing to nobody. That's why I keep bringing up the past to let you know that we are clean, we are pure. Even the way that we act nowadays, we selling dope, we lewd, we have no self-control, we do this and we do that. That's how they fucking made us.
Well, our so-called history ain't all that pure. And as far as when you're dealing with the Moorish Empire, because when you see that black hand and that white hand doing that handshake, that means something. And
but it means something. It means something, but it don't mean nothing.
We were instrumental in the slave trade as well. It wasn't just the whites. We didn't do it all on by ourselves.
No, that's just a handpicked. That's just a handpicked few.
The first slave holders were
more than a few
so-called brothers. Yeah, the first slave holder was so-called brothers. So, I think we have to approach it from a real broader perspective and stop.
Our first aggressors was the motherfuckers that we treated as brothers. They now have adopted and call themselves Arabs, but they're not Arabs. To be Arab, you had to be a Moor. You had to have melanin.
Well,
you see what I'm saying? All of these people are in on this fucking scheme. All these people are in on this scheme. And I think that they have been pushing us. They have been pushing us and turning up the fire on us to get us to wake the fuck up like everybody else around us has done. We are the sixth class to go through this shit.
I gotta leave, bro. I'm gonna come back on later, though.
Hey, look, before you go, what I'm trying to say is, man, let's cut out all the rigmarole. If you can get some people and we can go and hit the media, this is my plan. Since I already filed it, it's already in motion. The World Court told me now all we have to do is make our declaration. If anybody want to study law, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says we must make this declaration known. This is what international law says. This is what international law says. Where everything you read on universal, on international law is always going to lead you back to the treaty of, not the treaty, but the Declaration of Human Rights. It's always going to lead you back there. And in there, it gives you the manuscript of what to do. I studied it. So now I said, we make it known. We build our structure and we make it known to them that this is what we're doing, period. And then we make it known to the world.
We make it known to operate in that.
Right. We make it known to the world and our people that this is what we've done. So now you can come home and we're showing our authority. You're going to let our people out. of your confinements, and we're going to deal with them ourselves. You see what
Islam.
I'm
I gotta
saying?
go, but
This is our right. This is our birthright.
yeah, I gotta go, but I want to say one more thing is like I agree with both of y'all brothers. Both of y'all got valid points, and the thing that that's gonna be the challenge is how do we get all these things working cohesively for the benefit of all of us, and
We
that's
gotta
what I
we
want to
gotta
leave
put up.
on.
We gotta perform a miracle. Do you understand me?
And
That's what they've been telling
we
us. We
able
gotta
to,
show them
so we're
something.
divine in that sense.
No, that's what I'm saying. We
We
got to
able
show them
to,
something. And I ain't talking about no
right?
hocus
I
pocus
agree.
spookism. I'm just saying a simple show of authority.
No, no, you're right.
Us being garbed up, looking regal, going out here doing a demonstration that's letting the world know that we have our own now, and we are declaring our own,
Right,
just like
right.
everybody
And
else has
I see
done.
they recognizing it too. All right, but I gotta go, y'all. Peace. Islam.
Right, Islam,
Peace.
man. But yeah, man, that's what it is. We gotta act. We can't be keep getting caught up on what they expect us to do and the expectations that they have of us. They do not validate us. They do not certify us as a nation. We don't need their recognition. All we have to do is recognize each other. That's it. We just have to recognize each other as being nations, and I respect every brother and sister that has established their own thing. See, they tricked us into thinking that we're starting organizations and non-profits. No, we are nations. Period. All of us come from different nations, but we back in the day we all worked as one. We all knew the universal principles and the truth, and we stood on it. We didn't have to deal with this conflict. So I'm saying, like, all we have to do is just say something about that. We don't talk about that. None of our leaders, even Drew Ali, none of these people have done this. Even when Marcus Garvey came, but he was halfway there. At least he came with a flag too, a constitution too, and so on and so forth too. But the nigga was still calling us Negroes and black people. So how conscious could he be? But you're walking around with a Scottish Rite hat on, you know? You're walking around with a Scottish Rite hat on. All them brothers, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, all these cats were affiliated in the outcoat. They
Right.
were already in the shits, you know? And I'm saying I seen the mistakes that each one of them made. But Malcolm X was the only one that never got to execute what he was going to do, because that's what he said. That's where I got the idea from. That before he went to the Autobahn and they killed him, he had a press conference where he said, we're about to take this shit to the world court. You see what I'm saying? So I said, okay, then I'm gonna finish what he did, and I'm gonna finish what King did, and I'm gonna finish what this guy did. I'm gonna finish what Drew Ali did. And the only way to finish it is for us to get the people who are more conscious, the enlighteners of us, to come together. We don't need the masses. We got to show the masses that this is an option now. And the only way to show them that this is an option now, we have to put on our big boy pants and step out there, man. That's what the whole story about the Jesus Christ and the Haru and Asar dealing with the opposition, being
Peace.
sacrificed,
Check it
and
out.
all of this type of shit. What's wrong with what I'm saying, man? It's just simple. We get a few of us. We don't need many. We get a few of us together to put this thing together. We draw up flyers. We send them out to the necessary media outlets that we need to send them to, and then we go and do the public demonstration. We need the world to know that we are separate. Do not touch us no more, like the Jews proclaimed. Never a fucking again will this happen to us. And that's
Now,
all we doing.
bro,
Go ahead, God. Go ahead, God.
I heard everything you said. And within everything you said, you quoted a lot of the white man's laws to me.
No, I didn't quote a lot of the
You
white man's
did.
laws. That ain't got nothing to do with them.
You did.
That's
You
dealing with
mentioned,
human rights.
all right. Who you think wrote that up? Declaration of
They
Human Rights.
didn't. They wasn't dealing in human rights because
Who, I'm saying, who
technically
wrote
they
that
don't act
document?
human. They don't. They perverted
Who wrote the
it.
Declaration of Human Rights?
Various cultures.
Let's look that up.
It's like very. Look it up. It's various cultures. They had to agree. That's why all of them had to sign on. They agreed to it.
Did they come to some kind of international agreement?
Yes, that's what the universal. That's what the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is. The
Is that not
universal
the same
agreement.
thing that the United Nations has done?
Huh?
Is that not the same thing the United Nations has done?
What? The United Nations has done what? What have they done?
The same thing you just said about that came to an international agreement.
Yeah, they came to that, but where were we at? We wasn't nowhere to be around. We wasn't
We
at
were
the table.
slaves. We were slaves.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. We was not at the table because we were in a minor state. We had to be made low.
So now that
How do you rob a strong man? You had to bind him, and they bound us.
So now that we have our nations formed and so forth, what's wrong with using these protocols?
Fuck their protocols. We make our own protocol. When you know what to do, when you your own man, you know how to come up and develop your own. That's still in harmony. It's universal because what we're standing on is truth. We're not standing on lies. We're not standing on falsehood. So what I'm trying to say is we have never brought our examples to the table to let the people pick from. There was no option because we had no options. We had to go with what was given. But now that enough of us has awakened, we now are back in a position to roll our own. We don't have to have them roll our cigarettes for us no more. We roll our own. And we bring it to the table. You see what I'm saying? Because we have every right to do so. When everybody, if they say, for instance, here's a simple example. If they ask us, well, why are y'all doing this? Because of centuries of abuse. Why are y'all doing it? Here's the evidence. And y'all know it. Y'all watched it. Stop playing with us. All we saying is that we are not criminals. We are not cut from this cause. We are not savages. Y'all know what y'all did to us, and we're holding everybody accountable. We have to do that, man. And if they try to come at us, so fucking be it, man. What the fuck is you living for? Huh? Fuckers, this ain't life. Having our people controlled, having to pay taxes, having to do this and having to do that. Jump through loops and jump through hoops from a people who talking about we got to correct our status. Bitch, I ain't got to correct shit. I've been pure. I've been who I am. You took it away. That is the fraud right there. You called me black. That is fraud. You see what I'm saying? You called me this. That's fraud. That is not who I am. And the only reason why you got me in that position is because I had nothing to work with because you took it. And this didn't happen overnight. This took centuries.
Peace, God. Check this out. This says the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is a milestone document in history drafted by the representatives which different legal and cultural backgrounds.
I told you, everybody agreed on it.
Right, all regions of the world.
I already know what this shit say.
Now listen, the declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris on December 10th.
Right, but the General Assembly is representatives from different nations. It ain't just one people dictating.
Exactly. That's what you call United Nations. So, like I was saying, the same declaration you're referring to was proclaimed by the United Nations. I'm telling you other things that they proclaim, such as their treaty handbook. You say, oh, fuck their treaty handbook, but we can rock with the Declaration, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. They made that too. And guess where they got the principles from? Their treaty handbook. The treaty handbook shows you how to do all of this and organize these things, get it together, then present it, get it approved, and now.
All right, God, listen. I'm gonna say this because it's late.
Let me finish. Because you keep saying, "Oh, fuck the protocol, da da da." Bro, it's the same damn thing. If you want to implement this document right here, this declaration, you would have to accede to it. And then you would have to have an instrument of a session.
Hey, listen, bro.
Listen, hold on. You would have to sit down and have a conference and then you would get accepted, whatever, and then you get
Okay, listen.
accepted, and then you could enforce it. You can't
Before,
just put this in your paperwork and say, "Yo, I'm
listen.
using this." Hold on one second. I'll be done 1 second. You can't just put this in your paperwork and say, "Oh, I'm using this declaration," or this applies to me," or whatever, when you haven't made the people who created it aware, and you haven't sat down and made an international agreement that you're going to be using this declaration. That's how it
What?
happens.
Hold on. Wait,
All
wait,
these
wait, wait,
fucking
wait, wait, wait,
things.
wait, wait,
You
wait.
trying to say,
Listen,
hold on,
bro.
bro. You trying to say fuck their process, but you have to follow the process in order to implement this. Otherwise,
Who
it's just
says? Who says that? Who said
they
that?
say it
Who
in their
said that
own.
we had to do anything?
I can show you, bro. The
Who
people who
said?
made this
Who said?
declaration.
Listen, man, bro. Who
No, you
said that we?
can't just
Listen
listen.
to what I'm
Slow
trying to
down,
say.
bro. Listen, slow
Who
down.
said we
You
had to
can't
do
just
anything?
say, "Yo, I'm a part of something," and not have permission or agreement from the people that created it.
Listen, man, if
You
these
can't
niggas can
do
cut
that,
off our
man.
nuts,
I
if
don't know
these
where you
niggas can
get that
cut off our
from.
nuts, listen to me. If these niggas can cut off our nuts and tar and feather
Bro,
our
I'm not.
pregnant women,
Whatever,
come on, man,
bro. All right,
separate
bro.
our families, sell
Bro,
us off, mix us up.
listen,
You mean to try to tell me what was the legal process to
listen,
protect us
bro.
then?
Listen.
What was the legal
This
process?
is what I'm
I'm
gonna
done.
tell you,
I'm
bro.
done.
The most I could do, exactly, man. This nigga's ignorant, man. This dude wants to just talk a whole bunch of, man, they did this to us in the past and blah 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 blah. Man, get over it, man. Nobody want to hear that shit, man. Or what they did in the past. And it's very contradictory. You talk about utilizing the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. They created it. The United Nations General Assembly. They created this shit. Okay? They all agreed to it. So this is where it comes from. You have to go through them in order to be a part of this declaration or have this declaration applied to you. It says it in their own damn rules. What are you talking about? People just talk about this, we just gonna do our own thing and da-da-da-da-da. But yet all in your paperwork, you're giving reference to the white man's laws. Like, come on, man. So that's why in that prior thing when that white girl had saying that, oh, you're trying to beg white people to use their laws to do something for your people and blah 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 blah, and he's like, no, but she is right in a sense though. We trying to, and I said, no, I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm using this to come to an equal stance, not to still be subjective as we are right now in our present state. We're subject to state laws. We're not even protected by international laws. We're subject to state laws. So people think that in a condition or a status of being subject to state laws, you can go and tell international parties, international nations that, yo, we just gonna operate this way and cut ourselves off from your system, and we just out here free, willy and nilly, and we just doing what we want to do, and it is what it is, and blah 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 blah. And on top of that, it's only a few of you out here, a select few of you out here making this world announcement. Come on, man. That's not me discouraging. That's not me being doubtful. That's me being real and intelligent. They're going to round your few asses up. Even though you're not crazy, they're going to label you as crazy, lock your ass up somewhere, and you're going to be sitting in some fucking place trying to get out. Same thing they did to the Moorish brothers who was trying to carry their guns, rise of the Moors and all of that. They got rights to carry their guns. They got all the fucking laws in the world. But they still, when they see you as a what they call a combating force or a combating entity or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They see you as being someone belligerent, or you could be what they call a warring factor. They see you as a warring factor. Now, this is not being all like, oh, we got to appease to the white man and tell them da-da-da-da. Because just like I said, when the brother said he filed a document in Washington, no, what you did was you filed it in the wrong place. And since I'm coming along and giving you the proper information in the right way on where you need to follow it, it's your ego in the way that don't want you to listen to your own brother to give you the proper information on what you need to get that goddamn celestial constitution off the ground. Because right now it's just sitting in Washington wherever you filed it, and the shit is just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And every time you try to implement information to your brother of something that you may not know or something that you didn't research, oh, I'm done. Like, who does that, man? That's what I'm talking about, man. Brothers talk about all of this. We got to come together and da-da-da-da-da. But like the brother was saying earlier, if we can't even hash it all out amongst ourselves, then that's a bad reflection to the world that we can't even get it together. We can't even come to a proper understanding. Why is that? Because we so thick-headed. And I'm tired of talking to thick-headed ass people, man. I'm not going to sit here and force you to understand how you need to do this. Listen, like I was about to say to him before he cut off the line, you know what I'm saying? I was about to tell the brother, listen, bro, most I can do with you is adopt your treaty. I can adopt your constitution. That's the most I can do, man. Because as far as trying to come to some kind of reason or understanding with you, you're not there, man. You're not thinking futuristically. Like I keep telling you, like you keep saying, you keep talking some everything is all in you. You're caught in your anger and your frustration and your ego. And they did this to us and these motherfuckers been killing. Like I said, why didn't you put all that in your paperwork? All of that, y'all been killing us and y'all been doing this and chopping off our balls and blah, 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 and doing all of this. Yeah, fucking yeah, man. We know that. And I'm not in our history and our pain and our what we went through. I'm talking about yeah, because we know that, bro. We've been fucking knowing that for 400 fucking years. We've been living this shit. Motherfucking police and jumped out and we put motherfucking guns to our head. Talking about niggas get down on the fucking ground, telling the other officers if any of them talk, put your foot on their neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, I know what the fuck these devils do. I'm not a stranger to slavery. I know what the fuck this shit is, man. God, we don't need to keep reiterating this shit, man. God, I'm tired of that shit, man. Every single time I talk to you, within 1 minute of the conversation, yeah, man, these motherfuckers, man, you're not even mentally focused enough to get anything done. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you got a very genius constitution. Like I told you, that celestial constitution talking about, the shit is genius. You put a lot of work into that. You put all your work into it. You put all your genius into it. The intellectual part of you, where you're sitting down and you're writing and you're using your mind in an intellectual manner. When you're doing that, you're a fucking genius, bro. Symba, you're a fucking genius when you're doing that. But when you're talking all of this anger and frustration and all of that, man, bro, you just clouding my vision and your vision. You like, I don't need that kind of energy, bro. Like, I didn't listen to all the Malcolm X speeches. I read By Any Means Necessary. I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. I am thoroughly understood of all of this. Like, come on, bro. I don't need you to keep reiterating that to me. Come on, man. I don't want to keep hearing that. That's counterproductive. That is counterproductive. And because I'm not trying to get on your vibration of anger and frustration, then you can't work with me. Bro, I'm past anger and frustration. This is why I can get a whole lot of shit done. Yeah, you've been working on that constitution for years. Bro, I got a constitution I've been working on for 6 months, maybe about a year, and I'm about to complete it, and I'm about to add on stuff and all of that type of stuff, but it ain't going to take me that long to make. So, like, come on, bro. That ain't it. On top of your constitution, you got to create some bylaws. You might want to get a will or a trust to create property protection for all your assets in your nation and all that good stuff. It's a whole lot of stuff you got to do. It ain't just no constitution and that's it. And you make a mouse into the world and we just gonna start functioning, da. So anyway, before I go into that, let me go back to, so like I just showed y'all, the same declaration he's talking about implementing is made by the very same people I'm talking about. The United Nations General Assembly. What the fuck, man? They also have what's called a treaty handbook that teaches you how to create treaties, how to adopt treaties, how to accede to a treaty, basically means to adopt it, become a part of it, become in use of it. All right, the brother's sending me a message now. Come on, man, I don't do all this Facebook back and forth type of stuff, man. So we was right here in a live thing. You could have said everything you need to say. Like, we're not gonna kill each other. We're not getting that upset. We're not want to fight you, brother. I'm not mad at you like that, bro. We men, we lions, we gonna roar. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But like, come on, man. Like, the nonsense, man. We're not gonna do this, man. We're gonna come back in the chat and speak like civilized men, or we're not gonna do this, man. Like, come on, man. I'm I'm not doing this, man. No, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, man. Anyway, man, let me end this out, man. Deal with y'all later, man. I'll just come back and do a part 2 on this. All right, y'all. Peace, man. Deal with y'all.